in America's inner cities, which government-funded scientists describe as fighting black bulls.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Kissinger was presenting their foreign policy as codified in National Security Study Memorandum 200, calling for the culling of billions of people in the so-called third world.
In NSSM 200 was that we might withhold food aid after a disaster if the countries do not accept the American idea of birth control, and this has happened many times all over the world. One example is the southern American country of Guyana, which was hit by a hurricane back in 1997. Now, they had turned down abortion and birth control for 12 years straight, but after the hurricane hit Guyana in 1997, the World Bank said, we will not give you any aid unless you legalize abortion and birth control, and that's exactly what they did.
Of the inner cities that were erupting in rage. Nixon, Kissinger invested in programs to chemically tame these fighting black bulls of the ghetto and turn them into docile oxes. An ox is a castrated bull. I have called this effort Project Ferdinand. But what is most important for our purposes here is that while Project Ferdinand initially relied upon such drugs as medroxyprogesterone acetate, cyproterone acetate, heroin, and methadone to chemically castrate black males.
So far this year, almost 200 people died of overdoses of heroin.
Crimes of violence in America will double by 1972. We cannot accept that kind of future for America.
In the late 1960s, America's inner cities were hit by a wave of violent crime and heroin addicts seeking money for drugs.
These gave way to a much more effective method, immunocastration. Immunocastration. The chemical castration of males through a vaccine that tricks the immune system into reacting against the body's own reproductive components, depleting him of testosterone and effectively diminishing his aggressive behavior and sexual behavior.
For people starting at age 16. And I want to note that, the FDA has just put out a statement saying that it will rapidly work toward finalization and issuance of an emergency use authorization.
Thus, he's a male that neither fights nor mates and reproduces.
I didn't even come out, technically. Literally, one day I was sitting on the couch. It was probably when I was 16. My mom looks at me and says, "So when are you bringing a boy home?"
My older brother, he outed me at Thanksgiving dinner.
Freaks in Paris that design women's clothes.
Shoot, all the men wearing them now.
What you say? Charlemagne. I couldn't put on one of them skinny suits. I said, damn. What is that? It's all up here. The fly that used to be hidden by the length of a coat is all the way up here. Your behind is out as a man. Well, who's spotting that for you?
Yeah, it's almost like if they can't kill us, they want to feminize us.
Say it again, Charlemagne. That's exactly right. The black male is being feminized. Oh, I gotta say one more thing on that. Have you seen these commercials? If you take this this medicine and you find yourself developing breasts, stop immediately.
I think you went too far if you start growing breasts.
That's the point. But it's a chemical reaction. Do you know? Look at this, another medicine. They say if you take this and you have suicidal thoughts, stop. You mean a pill with chemistry in it could make me, as a sane man, think insanity to kill myself? Well, what about the rise of homosexuality and lesbianism? Is that a natural phenomena? Are we born that way? Or is it a chemical reaction that makes us susceptible to ideas like that? We got to think now, because we're dealing with a scientist of evil that is called in the scriptures Satan. And he's working on us, baby. And I'm just saying this, this wonderful TV show. I think if we check what we eat and check the pills that we use, we'll find out that some of us are absolutely being chemicalized as we're being feminized.